Hi, we are from Group 5 and we are doing a hotel management systems. And this is our group members which consists of 4 peoples. And for introduction, nowadays we believe that many hotels are still using a traditional method to manage check-in check-outs, billing and services. Hence, they have provided significant drawbacks such as inefficiency and errors. Hence, to counter this, we have produced five proposed modules, which are management report module, booking module, billing module, staff management module, and complaint and feedback module.
So now I'm going to present the conceptual ERD of our project, the hotel management system. So there is total of 7 entities, which is customer, booking, billing, room, complaint, manager, and staff. So a customer can only make one booking, and a customer can only be associated to one billing, and a customer can only be associated to one room. And a customer can file up to 0 to many complaints, and a manager can manage one to many staff, and finally a manager can supervise one to many complaints. So next we'll take a look to the logical ERD. There are few new entities in this ERD, which is customer room booking details entity, which is the combination of customer, room, booking, and billing entity. Next is the guest entity. Then the room cleaning entity, front desk complaint entity, customer assistant entity. So in the previous conceptual ERD, the staff entity is divided into 3 different entities in this logical ERD, which is HR staff, front desk staff, and housekeeping staff. That's all for the explanation on conceptual and logical ERD for this project.
Then for the description of each of the entity, for a manager, we will hold the manager information. And then for customer assistant, we will hold the customer assistant information. And then for HR staff, we hold the HR staff booking information. And then customer room booking detail, we hold the room booking information. For guests, we hold the guest information. For complaint, we hold the complaint information. Content complaint, we hold the content complaint information. And for the staff, we hold the content staff information. Complaint handling, we hold the complaint handling information. For room cleaning, we hold room cleaning information. And for hospital staff, we hold the hospital staff information.
These are our relations after performing first, second, and third normalization on some of the entities in the logical ERD, removing partial and transitive dependencies in the relations. As you can see, customer room booking details have been normalized into 5 different relations: the customer booking records, booking details, room records, room type list, and billing records. This is to ensure our database is free of anomalies, as well as making the data simple to keep and easy to maintain.
This one where we retrieve from the staff who can speak Malay. Here in the SQL, here are the coding. And then select from the staff ID, from the staff name, and language note from the staff table here. Where language note like Malay. So here language note have the word Malay. So only these two staff have the word Malay, where staff FD001 and FD002. Here you can see. Okay, for the interface, it will look like this, where we filter the language note Malay. So here are the interface. For queries number 2, where we want to list all the complaints that are still open along with the customer detail. Here are the code. Okay, here where we select complaint ID, complaint date, description, complaint status from the table complaint, and then we select customer name and contact number from customer table here. And then we use the join customer on complaint the customer ID equal to customer ID. We want to make sure that the customer ID is similar, where complaint status in complaint table equal to open. So here open, and then customer ID is 001 and 003. 001 is John Doe and 03 is Paul Smith. So here are the information, very three. And then for the interface, here are the interface for the queries number 2.
So now I'm going to do the third query, which is to retrieve the booking details along with the room type and its price. So I'll put this command into my SQL in the command prompt. So firstly, I'll select the booking ID from booking details, room type from the room records, room price from room type list, and check-in date and checkout date from the booking details. So I'll make sure that the room ID in both room records and booking details are the same, and room type from both, which is room records and room type list, is the same, to retrieve the details of the room price and also the room type. So as you can see here, the booking ID. So next is the room type, which is deluxe, standards, and then the room price, and as along with the check-in and check-out date. So that's all for query 3.
Okay, so for queries number 4, which is show housekeeping staff who are available and the tools they are assigned. So this is the code. And firstly is that you will select housekeeping staff ID, housekeeping staff name, equipment assigned from housekeeping staff. So these 3 column will be selected, and then where availability equal to available. So only the available one will be shown, but it doesn't select availability, so availability is not shown in this column.
Query number 5. Retrieve all complaint handled by the manager with ID M001 along with their status. In SQL, here are the code. Where we select complaint ID, description, and complaint status from table complaint. Here, table complaint, complaint ID, description, and complaint status. Where manager ID equal to M001. So manager ID M001, we will retrieve the information into this table. So here, the information. And then for the interface will look exactly similar like this.
Okay, so for queries number 6, which are is all customer assisted by a front desk staff with ID FD001. So this is the code, and first we will select customer.customer ID, customer.customer name, customer.email, which is this one. And then from customer underscore assistant, so from this table, and then we will need this table for the front desk staff ID, and then we will join the customer underscore assistant dot customer ID equal to customer.customer ID. We will join by using the customer ID for both table, and then where front desk staff ID equal to FD001. And the only FD001, the only one will be shown, and then this is the table that is selected column.
So now I'm going to do the 7th query, which is to retrieve all room bookings made by the customers along with their complaint status. So firstly, I'll put this comment into the comment prompt in the SQL. So I'll select the customer name from the customer entity, room type from the room records, check-in date and check-out date from the room details, and description of complaint from the complaint status from the complaint. So all this will get from the booking records. So I'll combine to make sure that the booking ID in both customer booking records and the booking details are the same. The room ID in the booking details and room records are the same. And the customer ID in customer booking records and complaint are the same. And the customer ID in both the customer and complaint is the same. So from this, I'll get to retrieve the customer details, the booking details, along with the complaint and their status. So as you can see here, John Doe, the room type, their booking details, as long as the complaint details such as the description and also the complaint status. That's all for query 7. So now I'll do the 8th query, which is to list the housekeeping staff who handle the complaints related to a customer with an ID C001. So I'll put this comment into the comment prompt. So firstly, I will select the housekeeping staff ID and their name from the housekeeping staff, and then description from the complaint. So all this detail I get from the complaint handling. So I'll make sure that the complaint ID in both complaint handling and complaint are the same. Then I'll make sure that the housekeeping staff ID are the same in complaint handling and also the housekeeping staff, where the complaint and the customer IDs to make sure that I get to retrieve from COO1. So here's the result. I'll get the housekeeping staff ID, which is HS001, and the housekeeping staff name, which is Laura Green, and along with the description of the customer that is being filed in the complaint description. So this problem is handled by this housekeeping staff for customer C001.
Okay, so for queries number 9, which is the retrieve the total earning from all billing records grouped by the type of room. Okay, so this is the code, which is first we will select room records.room type from the room records table, and then we will calculate the sum of the amount charged, and then we will change it to the total earning. And then from billing records table, and then we will join the booking details on billing records.billing ID equal to booking detail.billing ID. So billing ID from the billing records and the billing ID from the booking details table, and then we join the room records on the booking details.room ID equal to room records.room ID. So we join the booking details and room records based on the room ID, and then we will group it by the room records.room type, which is this one. So we will get the room total earning for each room type.
So I will now demonstrate to you queries 10, 11, and 12. So query 10 is to update the price of a standard room to 19. So if we currently look at the room type list and their prices, can see the standard room currently has price of 100. So to update it to 90, we'll use the update keyword, update room type list, and we will set its room price to 90, where the room type is equal to the standard room type. So if we now look again at the room type list, we can see it is now 90 for the standard room type. And now for query 11. Query 11 is to update the status of complaints for a customer with an ID of C001 to resolve. So again, we will look again at the initial conditions of the complaint relation. So you can see that the customer C001 currently has a complaint status of open, and we want to update it to resolve. So again, we will use the update keyword, update complaint, and then we will set the complaint status to be resolved, where the complaint status has an attribute of customer ID equals to C001. And now if we look again at the table, we can see that the complaint status has now been changed to resolve for customer ID of C001. Lastly, we will update query 12, which is select front desk staff that has salary less than 3,500 ringgit and can speak Malay. So to do that, we will list their name, their salary, and the languages known from the front desk staff relation. So we will select front desk staff name, the front desk staff salary, and the languages known from the front desk staff relation, where their salary, front desk staff salary, is less than 3,500, and languages known as the term. So we will use the keyword like Malay in it. So Malay. And as you can see, we found a staff name that has salary less than 3,500, and languages known contains Malay.